Welcome to Phase 2, Learning to Lift. So a couple thoughts before we get started on our push day for Phase 2 of our push-pull leg split that we're doing right now. So a few thoughts for beginners. I just put together a couple of things. Everything that we've talked about so far have kind of been what we're doing in the gym. But I kind of wanted to talk about a couple of things that we need to be doing outside the gym to improve our performance and to make sure that the work that we're putting in is accomplishing the goals that we want it to long term. There again, we're not trying to push this thing too hard. We're not trying to be sore. We're not trying to prove to anyone or even to ourselves how far we can push our body. We're simply trying to establish a habit. We want to make sure that we're going on a regular basis, that we're showing up, that if you get up early in the morning like me, that you get up when the alarm goes off, that if you wait till later in the day that you have sleep, that it doesn't get interrupted unless there's something significant going on. We certainly have priorities, and things that come before fitness, absolutely. But as a general rule, we want to prioritize it if we want it to be important long term. So a couple of things to keep in mind. Number one is you want to make sure that you're eating your protein. So I'd certainly recommend aiming for a gram per pound of at least ideal body weight. It just makes it simple. If you fall slightly short, you'll be fine. But if we're aiming for that gram per pound, then that's going to get us pretty close every time. I recommend eating it in whole foods as much as possible. I'm not going to act like I do that every day because I don't. I certainly, incorporate some shakes and a few bars and things like that in order to make sure that I hit my protein targets. But with the thermic effect of food, the fact that it takes more energy to break down protein, and with the fact that it's more satiety producing, particularly in whole food, then it's probably going to help you naturally reduce your calories, as well as providing a little boost in metabolism. So tip number one, make sure that you prioritize your protein. Eat it first in every meal. Make sure you're getting, an adequate amount. Secondly, is sleep. Man, do I struggle with this one. So I have made it a point, and I do make it a point to try to go to bed at the same time every night. I'm not gonna act like I've got the best nighttime routine or anything else, but whenever I lay my head down, I go to sleep. My biggest issue becomes staying asleep. It's often not my fault. I'm interrupted with children or dogs or trains that come through in the middle of the night or whatever the case may be. But in the grand scheme of things, we certainly want to shoot for at least 7-8 hours of sleep every night. But do I get that every night? Absolutely not. And so what I try to do is make sure that I go to bed at the same time, I get up at the same time every day, whether it's during the week, on the weekends, whether I'm fishing offshore on the weekends, or whether I'm here at the house, taking care of projects. Whatever I do, try to go to bed about the same time, I try to get up about the same time. And of course, all of that within reason. I go to bed super early so that I can get up super early. But in the grand scheme of things, what matters is that consistency. So, the tips for today: prioritize protein, make sure you get plenty of good rest, and then follow the advice. If you have any suggestions of things that you'd like to learn or things that you wish you knew, please feel free to leave a comment below the video. I'll be happy to answer either in the comments or in a future video. Thanks. Have a great day. Phase 2 push day. We start with the incline dumbbell bench press. We want to make sure those shoulders are locked back in our hip pockets, down and back. and we want to make sure we go through the full range of motion each and every time. As you can see, you've got two different perspectives here, one from my eyes and one from in front of me. Incline bench press is such a great exercise and works the upper chest especially well. Then the classic flat dumbbell bench press. Same rules apply. We want to lock our shoulders down and back, and we want to make sure that we're pushing with our full body and using everything that we've got to make sure that everything stays in line to really work the chest. After an incline, this will be fatiguing, and you will certainly feel it as you continue to work through this exercise. But it's a great exercise and a great opportunity to really grow your chest. Incline dumbbell flies to finish off the chest portion of push day. We want to really take our time, keep our shoulders down and back, and we also want to go through as full a range of motion as we can. Notice the slight bend in my elbows, and you want to take that as far as you can stretch it, because the stretch portion of this exercise is the really important part and isolates the pecs. Up at the very top of the movement, there's not a lot of tension, and so we really want to emphasize the stretch and go through that full range of motion each and every time. And this concludes the chest portion of today's workout. Arnold press starts off the shoulder portion of today's exercises and allows you to get into a deeper range of motion by rotating in front of you and dropping the elbows a little further. We want to make sure that we go through full range of motion, that we push our head through on each and every repetition, and that we go through every rep with strong stability in the core and in the back. This is an excellent shoulder exercise. Barbell upright row is probably one of the best shoulder exercises that nobody does much anymore. And that is because it works all three heads of the delt at the same time. And with good form and good technique, it's extremely safe. You can go through a full range of motion while working the front, rear, and side delts all at one time. Concluding the shoulder portion, we move into rear delt flies. Here again, I'm on the end of the bench, bent over, and trying to really isolate that rear delt, moving to the back and to the side in order to really work it and finish off that rear delt. Our final muscle group is the tricep, and in this situation we're using a close grip barbell bench press to start with our triceps. This is a compound movement and does work several muscles at the same time, but excellent for the triceps. You want to make sure that you keep your elbows tight to your body and you have a comfortable grip. This is what's going to isolate the triceps a little bit more from the chest and the shoulders. We conclude phase 2 push day with dumbbell tricep extensions. Here again, you might even want to go a little lighter than you intend, particularly after the compound movement of the close grip bench press. But we want to make sure that we get a full range of motion, really isolating those triceps and going as deep as we can with those. Have a great day. Like and subscribe. Please comment if you need anything. Thanks.